morning to my panel, who is Dr. Muhammad Nazrul and Dr. Siti Aida. Today I'm here to present about my poster which titled Analysis on Making Planting Pot with Varying Compression Time with Different Volume of Glue Injection by Utilized Planting Pot Maker Mold. And my poster is attached with my abstracts, introductions and literature review, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion, recommendation with the reference. The content of the poster divided into several parts to make sure to get exact visualized to our panels, and the content started with the abstract, where we know nowadays the plastic manufactured from non-renewable petroleum sources are rapidly being used in agriculture, which causing an environmental risk. In horticultural operations, it tend to create a large volume of plastic waste from transplanting pots that are being rarely recycled. So therefore, the aim of the project is to design an analysis on effectiveness of design upon a bamboo planting pot with the end product of bamboo planting pot mold maker. And the compression molding process is chosen to form the bamboo planting pot. And the usage of specific types of bamboo fiber named Bambusa vulgaris act as a material that to be shaped as a planting pot. This project also showed the preparation for the material that needed to fabricate the mold and involvement of machining process to indicate the steps on making up the mold. And this project also examined the evaluation upon the flow of the glue towards bamboo fiber with a setup volume of glue injector, and the evaluation made upon mold compression performance according to its setup volume, and the setup volume which is a 1/3, half and full of the glue injector, while mold compression is set into the depends on its time of compression, which is 60 second, 180 second and 300 second. Based on the data result that recorded, the adaptable volume of glue injection, which is 1/3, which is a quarter, is enough to stick and harden up the planting pot, and 300 seconds of times upon compression taken into consideration to producing a good structure of the bamboo planting pot. And it continues with the content of introduction, where the development of polymer composite in pot manufacture from recycled polymer is actively practiced because the threats of unpredictable petroleum supply soon and environmental concern. Particularly, modern agriculture provide a large number of plastic material, as per discussed in abstract just now, and such as direct coverings, greenhouse covering and films. Fiber-based material is proposed in the pot making to substitute the polymers composite with several advantages such as biodegradability. And there have noticed that on forming a planting pot where the existing machine is high in cost and it needs high skills of workers to operate such forming machines in acquired shapes of the planting pot. It continues with the literature review, where the literature review of studies make easier to get my project successful, where it started with the fibers which use as feed material for the mold, and also the another one is the potential of natural waste, which is corn husk used as biodegradable film for seedling, and also the bamboo fiber, which is the fabrication of bamboo fiber, the way of extractions and the properties of bamboo fiber, and even the biodegradability and mechanical strength of nutritive pots, which means another types of pot that also act as a biodegradable planting pots. Continue with the methodology, where here I've used four kind of method, where it started with the fabrication processes. The fabrication processes it started with the proposed three kind of design, and then it's selected by one design as shown in figure 1, and it continued with the simulations done in SolidWorks to get to know the achievability of the design. After getting the achievability of design, it started to prepare the material for the mold, where it started with the lost form casting, where by cutting up the styrofoam into desired shape. After it make up the material, and it continued with the machining process, which uses CNC milling conventional milling and conventional lathe to get the exact dimension of the mold. After get the part of the mold, and then the assembly is occurred by with the help of screw types of part. And then it continue with the method of effectiveness of compressions, where the bamboo is placed on the mold cavity and manually pressured according to different time that has been set up, which means the time set up is 60 second, 180 second and 3 minutes. And then there also have create a simulations done by in the software of name NCs, where to get to know the flow of the glue with the different diameter design pathway. So the design that pathway of hole that has been set up is 3 millimeter, 6 millimeter and 10 millimeter. And then another method of testing carried out, which is evaluation upon flow of the glue, where we here can see the quantity of glue that fill up, which in half, full and 1/3, which means the quarter of the glue injector. And the results are obtained from the four kind of this method of it. The first test conducted with the effectiveness of compression upon bamboo fiber with the help of planting pot mold maker. And as we know, the effective of compression measure according to its time, where the setup into 60 second, 180 second and 300 seconds. From the table 2, we observe that the image number 1 are less in structure of planting pot compared to image number 2 and number 3, while in image number 2 are able to get the shape of planting pot but face difficulties in mid compactions of bamboo fiber into a planting pot. And then if you observe image number 3 are able to acquire the good structure and the high level of compaction upon bamboo fiber compared to image number 1 and 2. Therefore, as an analysis made show that the more time of the compression helps in to get good quality of structure and compactions of bamboo fiber in making a good planting pot. It can be concluded that the 300 second, which is the most highest time of compression has been tested, helps in to get better structure of the planting pot. Image number 2 and number 3 are in good structure, but the number 3 is taken as the better structure among the 3 image. And it continue with the next test, which is conducted with the software which names NCs in simulation to get to know the velocity streamline of the flow of the glue in designated pathway of the flow on to get to know the flow of glue, where the maximum velocity streamline for 3 millimeter it's reached until 5.29 to the power of -3 ms ampere s, while it shows the changes when change the diameter into 6, and the result get is 5.324 10 to the power of -3 meter per second. And the last one we tested the 10 mm diameter of the pathway, where we get the result is 5.336 10 to the power of -3 meter per second. In this case, the speed is much important parameter to assist the flow of the glue with the designed pathway efficiently. Therefore, the analysis made that the third model, which is 10 mm, selected as an adapt diameter pathway for gluing flow, though its speed high enough compared with another diameter, which is a 3 mm and 6 mm of it. And then here continue with the table 4 with the to get the result of evaluation of flow of glue, where the flow of glue according to its volume field. The result observed in terms of effectiveness in spread of glue flow according to the pathway that have designed with the setup volume of glue injector. The observation made as refer to the result in the form of the image, where the image number 1 shows the spread of glue low compared to image number 2 and number 3. The image number 3 indicate the most flow of glue of the bamboo planting pot compared to the image number 1 and 2. In these situations, the volume of glue injector depends on the size of the planting pot. The more the volume of glue filled up, the more the glue that trapped in below inside of the mold cavity, where this difficulty to take out the planting pot from the mold cavity after the process of the injection of glue. Therefore, by considering all the possibilities, the analysis made were according to adequate volume of glue spread around the planting pot, where the image number 1 is more suitable to coat enough the planting pot with the volume of glue injection, which is take as consideration is 1/3, which is quarter of the glue injector when comparing to image number 2 and 3. It continues with the conclusion, where the conclusion made by this project was conducted by designing a planting pot maker mold and then fabricate it to shape up the planting pot manually with the forming process named compression molding. The analysis made by using solid with the help of SolidWorks and ANSYS software, where the software helps in to get the visualize and simulate the mechanism of the project that needed to fabricate and the flow of glue upon the pathway that design has been made. The data for the project obtained in terms of effectiveness by injecting different volume of glue inside the designated pathway of compression mold. Another test carried out to get to know the effectiveness of compression mechanism towards bamboo fibers according to the time of that has been set up. The data collected from the test of evaluation of spread of the glue towards 3 samples of bamboo planting pot shows there are significant differences in the flow of glue towards feed material. And as per result, the accurate volume of glue that need to be filled is 1/3, which is quarter of the glue injector, to get the correct actual spread of the glue upon a planting pot, while the result for effectiveness of compression involvement shows the longer the time compressed, the more nicer the structure of the planting pot can be obtained. So as per analysis, the most adept for the compression time to make the planting pot is 300 seconds to get the better structure of the planting pot. And based on the result and observation from this project, and it concludes that the mold fabricated according to its design been proposed were help in forming process named compression molding. The usage of sustainable as feed material, which is bamboo fiber, tend to shape up according to its fabricated mold, and the process of glue flow are smooth enough to that travel from the upper plate until it reach out the fibers. And it continue with the recommendations, where the recommendations include many criteria of it in the terms of designs and the material and the extractions of material that has been used. The first one is improve the design. Improve the design, which help in make the process on producing planting pot, which means from manually into partially automated, and then add up the more hole for the glue pathway to increase the spread of glue towards feed material, which is the bamboo fiber, to stick around of the bamboo fiber. And then design an adjustable compression mechanism, which means design adjustable compression and mold cavity, which help in to make various size of planting pot without changing the mold. And it continue with the references, and here I have attached with the 5 references that mainly help to reach out the study in making the planting pot. Thank you.